Hello, it's Elisa here. So today I want to answer a question about body checking and how to stop body checking. Body checking is the same thing as like weighing yourself or measuring yourself or trying on your old clothes when you were maybe skinnier, and it all can trigger you back to eating disorder behaviors. And body checking can be one of the major triggers that will keep you mentally stuck. So how to stop body checking? The first tip or how to start eliminating this behavior is to start being aware when you do it, because when you have done this behavior for years, then it can become like so automatic that you don't even notice it. And many people even realize that, oh my god, like I am doing body checking, I know it, but sometimes I'm not even aware that I do it. It just happens like automatically. The moment you walk past some mirror or see your reflection, you are automatically like glued into the reflection and checking your body. And it can happen like many times a day, maybe like 100 times a day. So yeah, the first thing is to become aware. And the second thing, I actually read it on internet when I did the research on how to stop body checking, and I think this can be very good. So the person described that she wanted to get over her like body checking behavior, and she started to notice it, and then she asked herself that if somebody else were in the room, for example your boyfriend, your best friend, your mom or dad, would you still do the body checking? And of course many people realize that, oh my god, I will never do like this type of behavior when somebody else was in a room. I would be so embarrassed. I would know that they think that I'm crazy. And maybe if you put it in this kind of perspective, you can see that this is a really unhealthy behavior and you want to stop it, and you understand that, oh my god, like no normal person does this thing. So another tip is that if you feel it's so out of control and it happens very automatically, it can be very beneficial to actually eliminate or I don't know, cover up all the long mirrors in your house. Yeah, because otherwise it can be so automatic, like like when you pass the mirror you will automatically body check, but if the mirror is not there or it's covered up, then you will not, more likely you won't do it. Yeah, and of course it doesn't mean that you have to eliminate looking at your body forever, but for a period of time it can be very like a detox for your brain. For example, when I was traveling in Australia and we did woofing, I don't know if you know what is woofing. Woofing is basically like working in an organic farm and helping them with the farm jobs, and in return you will get the place to sleep and also they will provide the food. So I was woofing, and in a farmhouse they didn't have any long mirrors. So only, I remember they had like the small mirror, and I couldn't even see like my face properly because I'm quite small. Yeah, at the same time, like nothing bad happened. Actually, I felt so good that I didn't have the like compulsion to like check my body or whatever. Yeah, and this was back in 2011 when I still had the eating disorder behaviors. So in my experience, it can be a good way to eliminate even the thought about, oh, maybe I will like check myself or whatever. So if you can eliminate the lengthy or long mirrors from your house, or at least cover them up, it can be a good way to start like rewiring your brain of not checking your body. And maybe you can keep the small mirror so you can maybe do your makeup if you need to, or yeah, whatever else you may need it for. Yeah, but you don't have to eliminate like looking at your body forever. In fact, I think this is also not healthy. It means like for your brain that you don't accept yourself, you don't love yourself. And what I did, or how I got rid of the behavior of behavior of like negatively evaluating my body when I was looking at the mirror was that I started to tell positive things to myself. I started to look my body and see what I liked about my body. Even when I didn't like something, for example, I didn't like my thighs. Yeah, I always have had like bigger thighs, or I don't know, whatever. But now I like them, I accept them as they are. I know that this is just part of my genetics or whatever, and I know that many women in the world will like never see anything wrong with my thighs, and this is just like in my brain. Like the more you repeat something to yourself, the more you see something is like abnormal and you start to believe it. And this brings me to the next tip, is that you have to understand that the way you got into the body checking habit or ritual is how your brain works, like generating habits, is by you start doing it and then you repeat the same behavior. And in general, like how I can explain it is that you brainwash yourself or into the habit of constantly checking your body and thinking that there is something wrong with you, or thinking that you need to check if you have gained some fat or whatever you think when you look in the mirror. But the way to change this habit is actually the same thing how you got into this, is by, for example, what I did. I saw the positive things, what I liked in my body, and I started to say like compliments to myself, or just like think like why actually like my legs are beneficial, and I am like so happy to have legs that can enable me to be like active or just do my everyday tasks. Just like put things into perspective, that actually like what I have, I should be very happy about. So to get out of this habit of your brain, you have to start seeing yourself in a more positive light. At first it can feel like you don't believe it, or it feels like a chore, and it feels very unnatural to think this like positive way about your body. But the thing is that if you repeat, it can become like part of you, and it can become a new positive habit, and you will forget the bad habit. And the way to like stop this habit is that you can either go like cold turkey and just stop doing it like right now. And for many people this can be most beneficial, because if you still continue doing it even a little bit, it can be very hard to stop. And if you just go cold turkey, and you will be maybe a week like very uncomfortable, you will feel that you still want to go and body check, you feel triggered, or you feel the urge to body check, then actually after some time it will become easier and easier. But I understand that for some people it can be like very severe, and even the thought of like quitting it can cause so much like trigger and anxiety for them. So maybe for you it can be best that if you narrow it down maybe to one time a day, and you can even pick yourself like a specific time a day when you do the body checking. For example, it can be like 8 a.m. in the morning until 8:15 in the morning. So only like 15 minutes you have the gap of like doing the body checking if you have the urge. And then all throughout the day you don't do it, and if you feel the urge to do it, you just remind yourself that okay, I can do it tomorrow. So this can like release some of the anxiety. And if you can like check your body once a day for an entire month, compared to maybe you used to do it like 100 times a day, then imagine like how big of like progress it is already for you, if you can get so far that you only do it like once a day. And then if you feel more stronger of eliminating this habit, you can either go cold turkey, or you can eliminate it to maybe like 2 times a week, and then 1 time a week, and then maybe once a month, or just whatever feels comfortable for you. And the last thing is that I think this is the most important thing, is that whatever you decide to do from now on, maybe these tips like help you in some way and you feel inspired, you want to quit because it's really a problem for you. But you have to be consistent, and you have to know that habits are not changed generally overnight, and it will take about a month to really generate like a new positive habit. And that's why you should be very consistent and every day deal with it, because sometimes you will be like, oh, it's like too hard, like I feel triggered, the urges are too big or whatever, but you have to stick on it, because if you do, then I will promise you, you can eliminate this habit. But if you quit too soon, then the habit like cannot be eliminated. And just know that if you feel the urge to do it after a few weeks, it doesn't mean that it's not working, but you just have to keep on track and being consistent of developing this new positive habit and letting go of the habit of body checking. And then after a time it will become very automatic and you won't even like want to do it anymore. Yeah, and you can be a normal person like who is never like body checking. So I think this is it for this video. Yeah, you can let me know what you think, and I hope you liked it. If you have more questions, different questions for me, you can post them down below or put on my Tumblr. And thank you for asking. Yeah, and so thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.